In this video, we are going to be talking about how to improve our saving habit, and the things I'm about to mention in this video are the things that I have tried in my life, in my financial life, and so far it's been working so well for me. Again, in everything I always share, I always tell you, don't take it as I've said it. Always try to do your own research so that you can get more confirmation for yourself. Hey beautiful people, my name is Acho Menifo Brandon, and the goal for this channel is always to educate, to motivate and inspire people to do the things that inspire them. So if you're looking for one of those things, kindly smash that subscribe button and also like this video, because all those things are really going to help me hack the YouTube algorithm. Without talking so much, let's jump straight into the video. The very first thing that will help you save more of your income is avoiding debt. Our income is the most valuable tool when it comes to building wealth, and you will never be able to build wealth for yourself if you keep using this income to pay debt. And come to think about it, it makes sense. A lot of people are paying debts to the bank, and look at the bank manager. They have a good life, they are living in luxurious apartment, and we are the ones working, toiling every single day just because we want to be able to make some money, not to benefit ourselves but to use that money to pay debt. So debt is a very dangerous tool. And mind you, I'm not in any way saying that debt is a bad thing. I'm just saying if you are not able to use debt in a proper way, it's going to be more harm than good as far as your financial future is concerned. So I want you to be very wise before you get yourself into a debt. Don't use your debt to buy things that are going to depreciate, like cars, mobile phones, computers, dresses for yourself, because those things are depreciating in value and you will pay that money and you benefit nothing from that debt. But if you can try as much as possible to use debt to buy things that are appreciating in value, then that way you are using debt in the right way. The second thing we need to do to improve our saving is to control our desires to spend. If you've read the book The Richest Man in Babylon, one of the wealth building tools there is to control that desire to spend. And this is a very important thing when it comes to saving your money. You cannot have that desire. You just go out there and spend money to buy anything you feel like you like it and you want to buy it, and then you will be able to save money. No. You have to control their desire on how you spend money. You have to be able to differentiate the things you need from the things you want, and try as much as possible to focus on buying the things you need rather than the things you want. I know it's tempting to want to be like every person out there. It's tempting. You want to use the latest phone, you want to drive the latest car, you want to put on the latest clothes. But if you can sacrifice a few years of your life to control that desire and save some money, then invest that money into something, there's a high possibility that later in the future, the profits from whatever you invested, you can use that profit to buy whatever kind of luxury you need for yourself. The third thing that will help you improve your saving is the ability to track your expenses, to track how much you are spending. A lot of people are neglecting this tool, but I have done it for a while, and I realize how financially conscious it makes you to be. And if you're able to track your expenses, that means you have a plan for your money. Because I've often said this, if you don't really have a plan for some amount of money you are receiving, then there is a high possibility that you're going to squander that money on the things you don't need. But with the fact that you are tracking your expenses, you know what is taking your money, where you can cut down if you want to save more money, because you have your budget written down. You have your financial data, and it's easy to pick out these things. There are some things that you go out there, you spend $2, $3, $5 every single day doing those things. And you might be thinking that that's just some small amount of money, but if you are tracking your expenses and you are noting down every time you spend that money, within the span of 6 months, you realize you've spent a lot of money. And a lot of time, most of these things are just some things that you are just being lazy. For instance, me personally, I realize each time I go to work, I go to the vending machine, I always purchase things for like $2, $5, things that you can actually purchase in the store for way cheaper prices, but just because you're at work and it's in the vending machine, it's kind of expensive. But the fact that I was tracking my expenses at the time, I realized I'm spending way so much money on this vending machine, and I decided to cut that habit down a little bit. Each time I have a day off, I go to the store and buy those things for myself, and if I need it at work, I just put it in my lunch bag and I go with it at work. And these things are so important. Another thing I didn't realize, but it was when I was in Cameroon, was how much money I spent on internet connection. But just because I was able to track my expenses. There was a time where I looked at that and I realized I'm spending way too much money on internet connection, and I had to cut that down a little bit, and it helped me save more money. So please, tracking your finances is extremely important. Another thing that will help us improve our savings is to invest more, both in ourselves and in other businesses. Investing in yourself is arguably the most important investment every person can do in this life, because the more value you have, the more you get paid. I've said this a lot of times. So if you are investing in yourself, like learning new skills, learning new businesses, learning how to present a product or a service, just add some value to yourself. This is going to help you make more money. And the more money you are making, the more you are having enough to take care of your needs, and then still having enough to save for your future. The same thing also happens when you invest into businesses. If you invest into businesses, you realize you start having some cash flow that is like profit from this business. You can use the profit from that business, save more, invest in other businesses while still taking care of your wants and needs. The last thing that will help you save more is your ability to stay disciplined. Now, with all the things I have mentioned in this video, if you are not able to be disciplined in order to follow these things, there is no way you can succeed. There is no way you can succeed in doing this, because you have to be disciplined, you have to be committed, and you have to be consistent. There are times where you feel like, no, I don't want to track my expenses. You go and buy to the store, you even forget to take the receipt to, right? I have done it. It's not an easy task to do, but it is your ability to be that disciplined that is going to make you to start seeing this result. You have to control that desire. There will be times where you still want to buy that phone, you still want to buy that shoe, but if you are a disciplined person, if you are able to maintain that discipline, then you are going to certainly succeed in this thing. Now, I'm not saying that you need to be perfect. There are times where you will sway out of that path. There are times where you still go out there and spend money, do some things you don't really want to do with your money, but that should not be something that you do most of the time. It should be things that you just do a few times, maybe 20 out of 100 times. You go out there and you spend a few money without really thinking about it. Thank you so much for watching the video. If you like this video, you might also want to watch the video right here where I talk about 5 businesses you can start without any capital. Stay blessed, and I will see you in the next video. Peace.